country in this, it'd be very uncomfortable.
Your water bay. Like I said, there is another pump switch out here.
Right.
This is going to be set up very similar to the Dutch Star. So we're gonna hook up to the city water connection, which is here.
Okay.
If we want to fill the tank, we're gonna flip this lever over to tank fill.
Okay.
Once it's full, you'll see water pouring out the bottom of the coach.
Right.
Flip the valve back up.
Okay.
The only time this gets flipped down is when you're filling the tank. That's it. No fuss flush, your rinse for your black tank. So when you go to dump your tanks, hook up your sewer hose, dump your tanks, pull the
Where is
black,
this
then the gray.
So where's the
Sewer hose is in the little door right there.
Okay. Where's the black?
Right up here are your valves.
Okay, that's what I didn't see.
So here's your waste.
They're
here's
smaller.
Your sewage.
You do sewage first.
Correct. And then your gray kind of cleans out the hose.
Right.
But we do also have a rinse for the black tank or the sewage tank.
Okay.
So you're going to use an old garden hose. Don't use your drinking water hose.
Okay.
A lot of the parks have a rinse out spigot or a clean out spigot.
They have a spray. That's what they have.
See, some state parks a lot of times
Right.
don't have a connection
They
that you
don't,
can use.
right.
But a lot of the private parks do.
Okay.
So what you can do is hook your hose up here with the sewage valve open, and there's basically a spray nozzle inside the black tank that rinses it out.
Gotcha.
Let it run for 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
That will keep your monitor panel reading properly and keep the tank clean and fresh. So, full house water filter. That will go in here and that filters everything that goes into the coach, whether it be into the fresh tank or if you're on full hookups.
And how often do you change that?
It depends on how bad the water is you're getting. Generally,
Is there one already in there? I'm
no,
assuming?
this is the new one.
Okay.
Generally speaking, you can usually get through a season. The telltale sign that this has had it, when you're hooked up to city pressure, the water pressure inside is getting worse and worse. If your water pressure typically is better off your water pump than off a city, it's probably time to change this. Starter water hose, low point drains. So when you want to, if you get some bad water, you can turn the pump on, open those low point drains up, and just pump it onto the ground. It works faster than the water tank drain because now you're pumping it out.
And this just turns?
There was that filter wrench in there, so you just slide that over and open it up. Other than that, outdoor shower. Not a whole lot else in here you should need to get to.
Okay. Gas is gas. Is there only one gas set?
Yep, fuel fill, just regular unleaded. Don't run premium, you're wasting your money. Just more storage.
Okay.
And like I said, your sewer hose right inside here. That is just an inexpensive 20-foot sewer hose.
That's a lot of
So that compartment will hold the heavier duty, fancier sewer hoses with the connectors and everything on them.
Right.
So, and then your generator
So
and a little bit of storage.
Oh, absolutely. No storage trust.
There is a start and stop out here. However, we usually recommend that you start it from the switch inside because these should not be run without the covers on for an extended period of time. However, you may have to pop the cover off on occasion to check the oil in it. That's right here.
And you guys have topped everything off,
Yes.
is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Everything has been tested on the coach from the water system to the heating and cooling. It's been test driven. Generally, a coach like this is going to be about a day and a half going through the shop, as far as even getting on the roof, checking sealants and everything else. So
And how often do I have to seal?
we recommend somebody get up there at least once a year.
Okay.
You may not have to seal anything, but inspect it once a year.
Okay, so when I take the coach in to be winterized.
Yep, just tell them to do a roof inspection. Yep, absolutely. That's a great habit to get into.
Check the oils.
If you're running your generator and you don't have power inside off the generator, there are 2 circuit breakers out here for the generator power inside the coach.
Okay.
It's possible for them to trip sometimes even bouncing down the road if you hit a bump hard enough. So if you've got to reset those half a dozen times a year, not a big deal. If you have to reset them every time you start the generator, different story. But otherwise, engine oil dipstick, service it at 150 hours. or once a year. And then the only place you do have an hour meter is out here on the generator.
And that will tell me what I have.
Correct. Yep.
So if I go 4 years,
That's the other difference. Your gas spec here is not there anymore.
oh, that could be an issue.
I'm the only one who gets you in gas stations, so it's fine.
I know. Still.
Also, why is that cracked?